Hey, this is Kristy Robinett,
Oh, and Chuck?
and we didn't do a video for a couple days. We were kind of busy on the weekend doing nothing.
Yeah, well, gotta get while you can.
Kind of had a boring weekend. So we got a couple questions, but we first wanted to talk about The Walking Dead.
The
So
Walking Dead.
if you haven't watched it last night, then spoiler alert.
Yes.
You've never read the comic books, though,
Nope.
right? I haven't either. And I try to stay away from the board so that I don't know what's happening. But I know that in the comics, they always call it, and I think I mentioned this before, they call it an Easter egg, that they put a lot of foreshadowing into
Mm-hmm.
things. And so last night's episode was a cocktail party. They all did a cocktail party. How did you like last night's episode?
I don't know. It was not too much in the way of blood and guts, but it kind of slow paced. I don't know. They keep inching it along, and I don't know. It seems like they could be doing more for each episode.
I think it's going to get more exciting. I think they're doing a build up. So when we saw the zombie with the W on the
Mm-hmm.
forehead, I think that that's a clue of something more that's coming.
Yeah, pretty much, obviously.
And we saw like a bunch of times in previous episodes that they mentioned the wolves, like there was a video game or a calendar, like it's always the wolves. And did you notice that on the street it was Morgan?
The guy on the W on his head, yeah, the zombie, right?
Yeah, but the street that Rick lives on is Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the name of the guy in the first couple episodes, isn't it?
Right.
Isn't it Morgan?
Yep.
Oh, that's what I thought. So I think he's gonna come and help them out.
Do
So
something.
yeah. So I think they're gonna be
He's
fine.
following them. If you've been watching the show, probably whatever. I don't know how many episodes ago, but he was at the end of it, and he's following. Saw a note that said something about Rick was here or something to that effect, and he went, "Oh," so he's on his way.
He was the one that had that son Dwayne, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been in a couple episodes. He was kind of crazy, and they left him in that compound that he had
That
created.
was in the first season. Then he left.
No, that was like in the third season.
I don't know.
They were at the prison by this time. Yeah, they
Well,
were.
they showed him on that one thing when they were going out for a hunt,
Yeah.
but in the beginning of the series,
Well, no, that's where they.
right,
Yeah, exactly. But I
he and
mean,
Carl stayed in their house.
that was the last time we saw them,
Then he left the show and went on and did Little Winter Sun for AMC,
which you loved.
which was filmed in Detroit. They only did one season. It was dark, kind of slow paced, but it was a very good show. I thought it was anyway. I've got the DVD.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think it'll get more exciting. I think next week it'll get more exciting.
Yeah, and then
I
you get
like
to wait 6 months for the next
Yeah, there's a couple more
season.
episodes. I think it's nice that they slow it down because we get the psychological element of it. I know a lot of people are like, I'm done with it, but
Mm-hmm.
we can't have kill. So tonight we've got Bates Motel
Mm-hmm.
and we've got
The
The Following,
Following.
which I don't know, I might give up on it
More blood
after
and
this.
guts.
And then we've got a new show that apparently was a hit in the UK that is called, what's it called?
Return?
The Return. Yeah, good job. Called The Return, which I guess people are coming back from the dead. And it reminded me a little bit of Resurrection that we had last year. Wasn't it the Resurrection or
I believe so.
something like that I didn't like? So we'll see how this one looks a little bit more macabre. Kind of leads me into some of you that watch this, they don't know what I do. I've actually had someone say, "What do you do?" So I'm a psychic medium
Mm-hmm.
and I have always seen spirits and I have a bunch of books out. So I have lots of podcasts, lots of radio stuff. So I'm not going to bore you with my life story here. Chuck will fall asleep. He'll start snoring. But so I've seen spirits since I was 3 years old. But one of the questions we got for you is do you see spirits?
No.
Are you psychic at all?
Not really.
And
intuitive to a certain extent. I've seen things like shadow people and mists and whatnot, but none of it really freaks me out.
what's the scariest? You said nothing freaks you out, but they want to know what the scariest ever, because you investigate with me a lot.
Right.
What's the scariest episode that you've ever had?
That would have been in Minnesota at my aunt's husband's mother's house in Garfield, Minnesota. The place was freaky. and you could
It was
hear
an old farmhouse.
right on a lake, and his mother, when she's passed away now, God bless her soul, but when she was alive, her mind was going, and she kept saying, she was a school teacher and an English major, and she would walk up the hill to their house and say, the children are climbing out the windows, we've got to get them before they drown in the lake, which I know sounds crazy and all that, but we went to this house, we went there at night, all the kids, and I could hear kids talking. They weren't there. I could see them kind of faint, like they were sitting in a classroom. There was a boy and a girl at desks, and they were giggling and talking. And all kinds of weird things happened. But the piano played by itself, and I was
pushed down the
standing
steps.
next to it. Played by itself. Everybody screamed, and then the phone rang.
I screamed too.
Yeah, she screamed. And the phone rang, and supposedly the phone had been turned off. So, regardless, none of our flashlights worked in there. But as soon as we ran out of the house, everything was fine. So that was the scariest place. As for places that we've been to where everyone else has gone to, I guess, and I shouldn't say it's the scariest, but in Mansfield at the prison, it really wasn't scary, but to me it was the most interesting place. That's my favorite of all the places so far that we've been to. Didn't like Waverly. There's a lot of places we've been to I wasn't that fond of, but I did love the Mansfield prison.
I like Mansfield too. I actually had a lot of experiences at Mansfield as well. Pretty much like physically contacted. Like if I wasn't a medium and I wasn't able to see, I actually had experiences. As we were walking the catwalk with the different cells, you could actually see people pulling like through the bars.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Did I mess you up with your
bad
now?
I'm looking bad.
Through the bars you could see my shirt being pulled, and that was interesting. I got a lot of my paranormal equipment got destroyed. It got pushed out of my hands, which was interesting. And then we brought something back with us at Mansfield, so that was fun to try to get help those person go into the light.
Cool place.
Really cool place. Waverly, as much as you weren't fond of Waverly, Chuck actually got beat up at Waverly, though.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. We actually went to the doctor after Waverly because we thought something was wrong with him, and it actually was just supernatural. And I ended up getting really sick after Mansfield, and I got what was sort of like tuberculosis symptoms, but I actually was okay. So I got like a weird bacterial type of a lung problem. So, interestingly enough, the doctor at that time knew what I did, and he would be like, "Where have you been?" And the doctor that we have now is pretty much like, if I have weird symptoms, is like, "Where have you been?" Because I'm an empath, which means I pick up on other people's energy and like medical ailments and all of that fun stuff.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. He's intuitive, though. So I think everybody has some sort of an ability. I actually teach those classes, so everybody has that ability. So we are getting our hair did in a couple days, and Chuck likes to color his hair, like funky fun colors.
It's all faded now, kids.
It is. So he's going
teal? Blue?
Yeah.
You're doing blue, I'm doing blue.
He originally said orange, and it looks like he might be going teal. So underneath, let us know what color you think that Chuck should go. We can't count on that's the color that we're gonna go with, but we're interested. He's had Mountain Dew green before.
Red, burgundy, which turned to pink when it faded, but I didn't care. Light blue, dark blue, orange and blue, purple. I think that's it. And green. But it's Mountain Dew green. I've had darker green, but it always fades to where it's like,
Yeah, I don't have any color. No? I think I'm going teal. I normally do purple or pink, and I think I'm going blue.
Teal highlights, you should say, not this whole
not
thing's not going to be all blue.
I'm not going Kim Kardashian and going like
She's not going Smurf. No, we're good.
That might not be bad. I have like bluish green eyes. That might not be too bad. Okay, so let us know what color you think Chuck's highlighting. So it's not like his whole head is turning blue either. So let us know that. Any other questions? We still have a list of, we're trying to get everything done in 10 to 11 minutes so you don't fall asleep.
Amen to
So,
that.
and we'd love to hear what is the craziest paranormal experience that you've had.
That you out there have had, kids.
So now we're going off to go watch Bates Motel. Ooh. Have a great night.
Oh, look, Batman. Oh, yep, Batman. That's shirt number what? 3, 4, 3? I can't count.
4, I think.
4. Birthday present from the McLeans. Shout out to Sailor. Hi, Sailor.
He did get a new. I bought him a new Batman. That's pretty cute. T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what it says?
Batmobile lost its wheel.
Batmobile lost its wheel.
And the Joker got away.
Dum.
Remember? Jingle bells. Don't ask.
And I'm wearing Peanuts.
Charlie Brown, classic.
Yeah. So I'm comfying it up tonight. Have a great one. We will probably talk to you tomorrow.
I love doing this. Ready? Bam.